Here we go. 2022 Bowman Chrome U football. Full case. Pick your team break number 20. 2-0, boys. We made it. 20. Can't tell you the last product that we did 20 cases of. It's been a little while for sure. We've definitely done 20 plus cases on several products, but it has definitely been a good while. Good while since we've done 20 of something. And not 20 breaks, 20 cases. Five passes for 4 yards. Same old on this, guys. You guys know the drill. Everything ships. I'm going through the base cards like Mach 5 speed. Like we are not wasting any time tonight for sure. But as always, it all ships. But the base cards, we are flying through. The majority of this break is going to be me opening up the packs. You know, I might open 2 boxes up at a time here. I doubt it really speeds anything up because in the end, but let's just see how it goes like that. Jordan Travis, Purple Shimmer. Purple Shimmers are not numbered. First autograph, Hall to 199 for Texas. Anthony Richardson, Bowman first refractor. Hey, starting off strong, boys and girls. Alabama, Lefty Boo. Bryce Young autograph. Base autograph. But a Bryce Young autograph nonetheless. Will Anderson variation. Alabama strikes again. Orange, Josh Downs, UNC, 11 out of 25, 52 Bowman orange refractor. Okay, okay, okay. Purple Shimmer, Stanford. Joey Porter Jr. refractor autograph number to 499. Boys and girls, I think we got a pretty darn good case on our hands here. Damani Jackson base autograph USC. Bryce Young refractor. Klubnik Clemson to 299. Armstrong, Virginia, 199. All right, that was 2 down in a flash. Got 3 autographs in that box. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. I lied. I'm sorry. What's up, Norm? already talked about so much stuff earlier in the live stream. Now I got nothing to say. I got nothing to talk about. I'm like trying to run through some stuff in my head. And I'm like, man, I've already talked about the Trey Lance trade, our football game that we had today, Notre Dame Navy a little bit. I mean, they're still dropping stuff on their website. They're still doing first off the lines and, running encased. And I mean, do you know off the top of your head or could gather the information for us of when Flawless Football is supposed to release? Isn't it supposed to come out in like 2 weeks or something like that? Purple Shimmer. Battle base autograph Alabama. Oh man. No, that wipes off. Okay. Israel A 199 Pittsburgh 920. So like 3 weeks from now. I don't know when they're going to stop. Like, when are they going to stop? Like I said, I heard that the NFL Players Association was like ticked off whenever they still came out with Luminance. Well, they're coming out with more than just Luminance, right? I mean, they're still coming out with other products. UCLA Thompson Robinson to 199. But how long are they going to do it? I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's probably like maybe they can get away with some stuff that's like already pre-planned and in the shoot, like maybe like a 30-day Jordan Addison variation as well for USC. So like from the date of their termination, which would have been what, the 21st Monday, I believe. So maybe 30 days from then. I don't know. I'm just like throwing darts and trying to hit something, but I don't know. I hope so, right? I mean, I hope they can still release Flawless, and I mean, there's certainly going to be some products that we are not going to get, which is, I mean, it is what it is, but if we miss out on Flawless, 2022 Flawless, that really amplify up 2022 NT football, which I currently don't have, which maybe I should have. Maybe I should get, with the thought of possibly Flawless not hitting the target. And well, that was my thought, is like, plus they're like, I forget what the word is for it, but they did something like they're, you know what I mean, kind of like having somebody look into seeing if like the NFL Players Association can even do that sort of, you know what I mean? I don't know what that arbitration or Logan Diggs. So I don't know, if they're having somebody kind of investigate the if they could do that and that sort of deal. Klubnik base autograph for Clemson. I mean, during that process, yeah, I'd keep releasing stuff during that process and say, hey, we were business as usual. Once it was identified that you're allowed an arbitrator. Is that what it is, though, right? I'm not using that word out of context, right? Jaron Hall, BYU, yellow refractor to 75. Nice looking card. Nathan A. I mean, definitely during that process, I'd keep releasing stuff. And then, yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, I don't know. 299, Keyshawn Smith. I don't know. There's so many what ifs. I wish I knew the answers. I want answers. Please tell us. Please. Mertz, Wisconsin, 199. I mean, they're not going to be able to at some point, 100%. But when is that? When's the cutoff? Like, that's what everyone's trying to figure out. They're not going to be able to here soon. And then if they do, they would have to be something on the football end. Would have to be something like they're doing with baseball, where it's like they're only allowed to use like four. I think it's like four current NFL players if they have like direct deals with them in a product. Any more than four. Like if it's five or more, you have to have the NFL Players Association agreement or whatever. And so that's how they had like a couple current players in the baseball. I'm sure the baseball MLB Players Association agreement is a little bit different than the football, but I think the football is something like if it's five or more, you have to have the license. So they could probably fit a couple of them in there and then do like veteran guys and stuff, which they might try to do for a little bit. I know they're trying to do that for baseball, and it's kind of working out a little bit. So maybe they at least do that for a little bit for football. But when's the cutoff though? That's what, like, I understand that the NFL Players Association, they terminated their agreement effective immediately on Monday, but like with products already in the chute and products already scheduled to release and already made, yeah, when's the cutoff? Yeah, there's already been a couple baseball products that they've done that with. It was Prism Baseball, 3-2 Baseball. And like I said, it's kind of working. I mean, it's not ideal for everybody that likes those products, but I mean, it's kind of working all right. I don't know if it will work as good for football, but I don't think they. I don't know. I don't think they. They have until court says it's official. Yeah, I mean now with they're doing that, getting a arbitrator to look into it or whatever. But yeah, I guess whenever the court says okay, yep, you cannot do it anymore. Yeah. So how long do you think that process is going to take? That's the question. thought they said 300 plus players still have individual contracts. Well, but the thing is in the NFL Players Association like contract with Panini, like, I don't know. I don't know where it says it. There's something. There's something in the NFL Players Association, like something in their. I don't know what the right word is, but that states if a product comes out with any more than 5 players, active players, Nolan Smith for Georgia base autograph, any more than 5 players, you have to have a license with the NFL Players Association in it. So you could. That's why I was talking earlier about if they put in like 4 players or something, 4 players and then legends, they'd be all right. But even though we got a gold 46 out of 50 Jordan Battle.
I love gold.
Yeah, there you go, Brad. Per NFLPA rulings, yeah, that's a good way to put it, I guess. They can't have any more than 5. You have to. So they could come out with something with less than 5, but it's like, yeah. So like, yeah. We're probably looking 30 days, unless there's a major Panini release that they try to delay. Hooker to 299. Well, that's what we're talking about. Flawless is right on the edge there. What was it? What did he say earlier? Lefty Boo, I think, said September 21st. Like Flawless 2022. Flawless, I think it's the last 2022 to come out. Is like right there on the edge. Malussi 199. Wisconsin. Yep, it's the same. Like I said, it's the same thing. They've already done a couple baseball products that are like that. So do they switch it over for football? I don't know. Tis the question. Lefty Boo killing it this case, boys. Caleb Williams, Bowman first auto, baby. Yeah, like the baseball one I'm sure has different rulings on it. I don't know what the baseball one says, but I'm sure it has similar wording to it, but the limit might be higher or lower. Seems like it might be lower. Keyshawn Smith refractor autograph $4.99 Miami. McKinstry green shimmered number to 99 for the excuse me. It was like a major crazy yawn. My goodness. Gotcha. Yes. We got this, Chris. We got this. I got this. I'm telling myself, I got this. You got this, man. Well, like I said, the problem is I didn't go live last night, so I didn't, go live last night. I go to bed late. I wake up late. All is good. But I didn't go live, so I went to bed early. woke up early for the football game, and now we're here. So but that's all right. We'll be able to push through here, my friends. And it was like a hotel bed that was like terrible. So I had like the worst night of sleep last night that I've had in a long time. The bed wasn't too bad. I don't know, for whatever reason I couldn't sleep very well. That's all right though. We'll battle through. We'll push through. Oh, dude, I've fallen asleep during a break in here before, and it's not really like falling asleep, but I've been like going through cards like, and then pick myself up and keep going, and then people, I'll look in the chat and people are like, Wolf, you just blew past an autograph, because I'm just like mindlessly, like literally asleep at the wheel. I don't know why for some reason he can't, like, it's Murray. Like, it's not that crazy, but for some reason he always does that for Murray. Like, I don't know why. He could pronounce Murray, but like whenever he reads it, it's not Murray, which I can't say too much because I'm terrible as well, right? As you very well know, but like Murray is Murray. Like, I don't know. I don't know why he does that. He's done that for forever. Like, and he can say Murray too. Once I say Murray, he's like, oh, it's Murray. And then, but like if he has to say it himself with no one else saying it, it's like terrible. I'm more concerned with 400 flawless briefcase sitting on a certain break. Wait, what are you talking about, Brad? They're saying it can't be braked. Oh, I've done it plenty of times in here. I mean, I have, whenever we're doing late night breaks and whenever the late night hits, and a lot of times at late night we're doing those longer breaks, I've fallen asleep at the wheel countless times where I'm literally, you'll know, because I'm down, and I'm just like flipping through, and then I'll catch myself, and then, oh, I've done that countless times. No, I already talked about it like a couple times, but I'll talk to you about it again because we got nothing else to talk about. Some people in here might be hearing this for the third time, but you and I both know if the arbiter hasn't ruled in cases get shit. Yeah, I mean, it would have to be. People don't get products like super early, super duper early. You know what I mean? Like if it's a Wednesday release, like people are lucky if they get it on Monday or something. So. Yeah, I don't know. No, we got blown out. It was like total reverse of what happened last week. Like I think we won last week like 37-12 or something. This week we got beat 32-13. Every team, like the three divisions in our youth group, all three of our division teams lost to this team, because we just run like Division 3, our group is first, and then Division 2 runs right after us. As soon as our game's over, they're running onto the field. And then the same thing for Division 1, so that they just run them back to back, back to back to back. But all three of our teams in our organization lost. But yeah, we took a beating. It was 12-6 going into halftime, so it wasn't too bad. But we shot ourselves in the foot we lost a fumble. I mean, it was just everything was bad. We had all three of our starting running backs at one point were hurt, not at the same time, but all at some point. Our quarterback came in, got to the field late, and he was crying because his shin was hurting him. Multiple kids getting hurt. One of the kids ended up going to the hospital. He was dehydrated. With the kids, and I was saying this earlier, like we as coaches need to figure out a way to get the kids like on track whenever they show up like this, because like half the kids showed up like they did not want to play. The thing was an hour. The team was an hour and a half away. The game started at 10. We had to be there at 8:30, so people had to leave their house at 7. So obviously you got to get up before then, eat, all that kind of stuff. So all the kids were like, just like not into it today. Like no one was into it. And like I said, we as coaches didn't do a good job of kind of flipping the script and getting them back on track. So, but like the kids just weren't into it. We ended up getting after an already like 20-yard gain, on Nico giving up like a 20-yard gain. One of our kids punched another kid, so Burton to 499 refractor auto. So then we get a personal foul. They get 15 more yards tacked on to already a good gain. It was like bad. Just all around bad. Like I said, the coaches, players, everything, and it's 5 to 7 year olds. Another Will Anderson variation. That's the third one this case. Be lucky to get one. Let's go. We need to get these off-field issue cleaned up. Wolf. What are you talking about, John? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? So yeah, it was just all around. Everybody did a bad job. And then our Simpson for Clemson, green to 99. Our one running back who rushed for 300 yards. So our one running back rushed for 300 yards last week. Ends up only rushing for 16. So he goes from 300 yards rushing to 16 the next game, which he did kind of tweak his knee a little bit the last practice. So before the game even started, he was complaining about it. So he was already off. But he goes from 300 yards to only 16 yards. So that was rough. We did have a kid still rush for 100 yards. We have a little speedster kid who ended up picking up some of the slack and ended up rushing for... He had like 10 rushes for like $115 and a touchdown. Will Anderson, unbelievable, Alabama. So it wasn't very good. Paxton only got in for a couple plays, unfortunately, which he only got in. He got in for more plays last week, but yeah, unfortunately, the little guys, which we only have 3. Now we only have 3 kindergartners on the team, so I'm kind of like questioning if I should have even started him, because I don't want him to get the idea, like the wrong idea, like he's getting like pushed around and shoved around because he's not like good or something. Trevor Etienne, number to 99, green. Florida, because like there's only 3 kindergartners on the team. You know, everybody else is first and second grade. In all of these divisions, it's only 2 grade levels. Our division is the only one that has 3 grade levels, you know, kindergarten through second. Everybody else is only 2 grade levels. Jordan Travis to 199. So the kindergartners have like a really tough time. It's their first time playing, their first time going to school. They're so much smaller than everybody else. Stetson. So yeah, I question it. I feel okay with it because I talk to Paxton, like, you know what I mean? I talk to him pretty good. We have good conversations even with just a 5-year-old. Tanner Morgan from Minnesota. So I'm not too worried about it, but I do question it sometimes because it's like they're just so much bigger than him. So he gets into the game, and like I said, he only gets to play a couple plays because the kindergartners only get in and they're only playing a couple plays. But yeah, he understands that, like, hey, he's smaller. There's not many kindergartners that play. It's mostly first and second graders, and it's mostly second graders, and you know what I mean. So I teach him that, and I talk to him about it. But he got in, and he only got in for a couple plays. But every time the other kid was holding him, like because I film it, so I went back and watched it all. And every time the kid was like holding him, so whenever I asked him at the end of the game, because I wasn't. You get to be out. We have 2 coaches out on the field at all times, but whenever both games, whenever he got out on the field for defense, I wasn't the coach in because the defensive coordinator stays in, and me and this other like assistant defensive coach like rotate drives, and every time that I'm not in the drive that he goes in, so I can't really like pay it. It's kind of hard for me to kind of see what's going on. While I'm also like on the sidelines, like trying to talk to the other kids and yada yada yada. So, but afterwards, you know, I asked him about, you know, I was like, hey man, did you knock some kid on your butt, blah 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 blah, and he was just like, he didn't really want to say anything. So it led me to believe that like he got knocked on his butt, and I told him, I was like, man, if you got knocked down, it's okay. What really matters is if you get knocked down, if you get back up and you keep trying, you know what I mean? That whole thing, right? So whenever I went back and watched the video, though, the kid was like holding him and like grabbing his shoulder pads, and like they like kind of did like a do-si-do spin around, and then the kid like flopped on him. So it was definitely a penalty, but you know they're not calling all that every time, and it's you know it's whatever. But so both times the kid was like holding him. And then I showed him and I explained it to him. I was like, you did what you were supposed to do. Like, you can't do a whole lot whenever somebody's holding you. The ref should have thrown a flag on it. You know what I mean? Make him, you know, but. What's up, Will? Right on, man. Yeah, so it'll be all right. But yeah, I mean, I keep telling him, like, you know what I mean? Like, these kids are older. They're going to knock you down. So if you get in there and you get to push a kid around a little bit and he's in first or second grade, like, you should feel really good about yourself. And you should be proud that you're out there and you're going up against these kids that are way bigger than you. You're not, you know, you're not afraid, you know. You should be proud that you are not afraid and you're willing to take these kids on, that whole kind of deal. But like I said, we got 29 kids and 3 of them are kindergartners and he's one of them. So... But, like I said, I question it sometimes if I should have waited a little bit to get him in there. But I think it's good to give him the exposure and he starts to learn. And I just don't want to make a situation where, like, he's afraid or something, which is not the case. But we'll see how the season progresses. And hopefully, you know, they all get a little bit better. But I see, like, all the kindergartners are all in the kind of the same boat. You know what I mean? There's not like we have like a kindergartner that's like some all-star or whatever. They're all like just way small and slow, but they all try. They all try their best. So that's good. Yeah, that's what I always tell them is like, whenever you're in practice, You know, if you get in during practice or during the game and you're getting knocked around by a second grader, that's okay, man. You know, and then I tell him, you know, whenever you're in second grade, guess what you get to do? Knock around the kindergartners. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, okay. But Will Rogers, base autograph, Mississippi State. Oh, we got an orange coming up here. Let's see what we got here. But I told him whenever we're doing drills and stuff, we obviously match the kids up, you know, weight and age appropriate. Why is my camera not focused? Will Anderson, Big Kahuna, Orange Refractor, 4 out of 25. Lefty Boo, Alabama. But I tell him, like, whenever we're in practice and you're doing drills and you're going up against the other kindergartners, that's whenever you better not get knocked back. Like, you better be putting them on their butt. And that's the people that you need to, like, you know, kind of not exactly compare yourself to. I don't say it like that, but, you know. And he always does a really good job in practice. Past couple practices, I think he's had a couple hiccups, but typically he's pretty top notch whenever we're going up against the little kids or kindergartners. And then we got a couple like first graders that are like really small. But wow, this is the 4th variation from this case. Smith Najigma, Ohio State. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it, but I didn't like that he wasn't like he didn't want to tell me that he got like knocked around in the game. I didn't like that, you know. So I had to I don't know. I got to like kind of decipher that one a little bit more cuz I didn't like that. But like I said, I showed him the film and I was like, "Dude, you did what you were supposed to do. This kid was actually this was a penalty. So don't think that you got knocked around and you got your butt whooped. Like this kid should have got a penalty thrown on him." Notre Dame. But it's all good. Like I said, the whole team, the whole organization today got our butts whooped. I don't know. I don't like the fact that we like these kids. These are little kids, you know, and we got to drive. A game starts at 10. We got to be there at 8:30, and it's an hour and a half drive. Like it's just too much. It's just too much. There's so many teams around us that like it's just the league that we're in, but it's like it just doesn't make sense. And it just stinks because it's not good for the kids. I mean, it is what it is, but in the end, we lost. We got our butts whooped. Coaches could have did a better job. Players, unfortunately, came out just dull, not pumped up, didn't have any drive to them. Bunch of people getting hurt, dinged up. Yep. They have a short memory in football. Next week. But here's the problem with next week, which, you know, you never know. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we can get these boys on track, right? That'll be the goal. But the team that we just got our butts whooped to, they lost to the team that we're facing this upcoming week. They faced them last week and they lost to them 26-0. So that's a little bit scary. Yeah, it is what it is, you know. It's just a football game. Just a little youth football game, but you know, we try to take it serious, you know, but just a little youth football game. We got our butts whooped. You're not going to win them all. I think I was mostly just disappointed because like the kids were like zombies, dude. I'm telling you, the kids were like zombies out there. Like no one was in it. Like no one. It seemed like half the team didn't want to be there. It was just like and then like we couldn't like get them going. Like there was no like flipping that switch on in them. Like we as coaches like couldn't do it or didn't do it, and we have to figure out how to do that because we have a couple other games that are like an hour and a half away. So we got a couple games in Pittsburgh, near Pittsburgh, in Pittsburgh. So dude, we finally threw two passes. We threw two passes, which is we didn't throw any passes. Rex for BYU gold autograph. We didn't throw any passes in the first game. Didn't need to. We were running all over them. This game in the second half, we trying to come up with something. We threw two passes. He went 0 for 2. Couldn't get anything going. Cam Rising refractor autograph number to 499. Couldn't get nothing going. We gave up 301 yards on 29 carries and 5 touchdowns on defense. So they averaged 10 yards a carry. 199. And even on the drives that they punted, that was mostly because they had a couple they would have a bad snap or two. And then, you know what I mean, lose a yard or two on a bad snap, and then obviously they lose the down too, and that was the only. I mean, if it wasn't for a couple of those drives, we'd probably be even more in a hole. Ringo to 399. Yeah, it's just a tight end pop pass. That's all we have. A little quick tight end pop pass, and it just didn't work. Tried it twice in a row. So, well, fellas, this case, like I said, I didn't think opening up 2 boxes at a time was really going to matter, because in the end, you still got to open up all the packs and all, you know what I mean? But I tried. I knew this was going to be about an hour break, so it's all good, though. We got this break, couple more boxes to go, see what we get in those. We'll hop in on the Prism Baseball. We'll be here for a little bit on the Prism Baseball, which I will flip through the base cards on the Prism Baseball like crazy, like faster than I ever have. It's just too many base cards in a lot of these products. And like, I know people still want the base cards, but at the same time, no one wants to look at base cards in a break either. So start to figure out a way to just burn through base cards as fast as possible and still ship them, is really the way to go. We still get 3 timeouts. It's 10-minute quarters. 10-minute quarters. There's no special teams. There's no kickoffs or anything. You just get the ball at the 35. Whenever it's 4th down, if you can either go for it or you can punt it. If you punt it, they just take the ball 30 yards down the field. 3 timeouts, 10-minute quarters. They have a few different kind of stipulations. No blitzing. You can't line up the kids in the head up on the center. You can't line up kids in the A gap. The closest that you could have them is they have to be head up on the guards. No one can be in the A gaps or head up on the center. Obviously, so that these little centers can have a chance to actually snap the ball. What are some other stipulations that they have? No blitzing. Can't line up in the A gaps. Can't line up on the center. 1-point conversion attempt is from the 3-yard line. 2-point conversion attempt is from the 6-yard line. Yeah, if you line up on the center, it's just game over, because the centers are just like they're just so like slow at snapping the ball that they would just get torn up. Yeah, I mean, we had so many kids getting hurt and dinged up this game. It's football. Can't win them all, boys. Can't win them all. I did not expect us to go down like that today. I think that was the biggest thing is like, take a loss is fine, but like, it was just so bad. Like, so bad. Like, everything went wrong. Like I said, just kids weren't ready. Coaches couldn't get them ready. Too many negative plays. Kid punching another kid. I think there was even a little bit of a shouting match between one of the coaches and one of the parents. So that was terrible. It's absolutely the worst thing. Absolutely the last thing that you want to happen in a football game too. It was at the end, but still, Dallas Turner. Emotions are high whenever you're getting your butt whooped, so it was rough. No, the clock does not constantly run. It's like normal, like if you run out of bounds, the clock will stop. 199, Klubnik. Bryce Young. Mason Smith, LSU, yellow to 75. Hutchinson, 199, I believe. Yeah, 199, Iowa State. That'll do her on that box. Did we even get 2 autographs? Yeah, we did. One more box to go, guys. One more box. But our Division II team, which is the 3rd and 4th graders, they got whooped 41-0. And like after the game, our game ended, their game starts right up. And since we were so far away, we were like, we might as well stay here for a little bit. I'll get some food out of the concession stand, let Paxton eat. I'd like to get some food and a drink in me, you know. And so we watched the first half of that game. And they were just, it was really bad. Like I thought our game was bad. Theirs was really bad. And they got whooped up on last week too. Like I think the Division II team is going to have a really tough season. They got spanked last week. I want to say they lost like 30-0 last week too, or something. Like it was really bad. But I will say, man, it's been so fun doing this, man. I know, you know, obviously losing or whatever, but like, you know, I knew whenever my son started playing sports and stuff, I wanted to be what I wanted to be. I never even really wanted to be coach. I wanted to be, whenever I played, like I didn't even have my parents, as sad as it sounds, like they never even showed up to the games or nothing. So let alone like a couple of the dads would always be at practices, and you know what I mean. So like I was like, whenever we had kids, I was like, I will be at every practice and every game, and you know what I mean. So that was like my goal, but my wife took it upon herself to sign me up for the football coach because she was like, I know you'll want to be a part of it, or whatever. And I was like, oh. Like that's not what I wanted, but I'm glad she did, because now that I am doing it, like this youth football coach, I know that's why you guys are hearing me talk about it so much, because I love it, man. I'm having so much fun with the kids, even with the loss. Like, man, I love being out there, and the kids end up growing on you, and you want to see them do good, and it's been a lot of fun. Like this is like truly where I need to be, is like out there with these kids, like having fun, man. That's why, like I said, that's why you guys hearing me talk about it so much. You're like, damn, Wolf, it's like 5 to 7 year olds playing football. Like, calm down, dude. But dude, I'm telling you, I love it. Wow, there's so many variations in this case, boys. I've never even seen this Will Levis variation. Kentucky, Derek. Let's go, Derek. I've never even seen this one, bro. Well, I don't know how everything, I don't know like how the hierarchy of everything works and everything with the football team, but I'm pretty sure like the D2 coach is moving up to the D1, and our head coach D3 wants to move up to D2. If that's the case, then there's a vacancy at the D3 level, and our head coach has mentioned that he thinks that I should be the one to take it over. And to be honest with you, I initially, like, I'm just like a couple weeks in of just coaching for the first time, holding to 99 green shim, but like I'm ready to go. Like, I didn't even, like, you would have asked me at the beginning of the summer, I was like mad at my wife for saying that I would coach, because like I just didn't want, I wanted to just go to the practices, go to the games, just be there for my son. But now, like, I'm like, please, like, who do I need to talk to? Jordan Travis, yellow refractor auto to 75. I'm like, who do I need to talk to? Like, I put my name in it, please. Like, I will do it. Like, if everyone moves up a notch and then they need a D3, let me be the guy. I'm sure there'll be some growing pains first time and everything, worthy base autograph for Texas. But I want it. Yeah, no, I know, man. I can see how it's just it's so good for you, so good for your kids. Oh, wow, really, Lefty Boo? You didn't even know that? Wow, that's crazy. That's cool, though. That's really cool. It was their first game of the season. Oh, cool. Right on. Imagine you and Kyle Shanahan just become BFFs. That gotta be your new goal, man. Somehow, some way, become his BFF. Big Kahuna orange to 25. Will Anderson, crazy. I'll tell you what, man, we have not been able to get any good West Virginia cards in these cases. 0 good West Virginia cards. Yeah, yeah. Let them get you some field passes and some season tickets and another orange. The variations on this case was something I've never seen. In 20 cases, we have. I mean, I've seen. There hasn't been that many different variations that we have got. I mean, it's mostly either Will Anderson or Addison, like that Will Levis. I don't even think we pulled that one before. I don't recall ever seeing that one. It was never. I think maybe there was one or two cases where we got two variations, but not how many we get, five or six in this one. And the Alabama autographs in this crazy. Caleb Williams. Yeah, I mean we're only. I think they're not even. I don't even think they're one per case. I don't even think we got one in every case. Like I said, I think there was like one time or two cases maybe that we hit two in, but we hit like five or six. That was crazy. Yeah, at least get a suite. All right, guys. Bone Chrome U football case break number 20. Thank you.